What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing tonight? Happy Wednesday, everybody. Well, it's about to be Wednesday in 3 minutes. We got some crazy news today. Hit that like button if you haven't subscribed yet. We 3 away from 12,000. So breaking news coming out of Florida. If y'all haven't noticed yet, the world is changing. Florida has hit record-breaking temperatures of only 40 degrees Fahrenheit. And it's causing a pandemic where if you ever been to Florida and you know about Florida, there's geckos and iguanas everywhere. So these things are freezing and falling out the trees. This thing is crazy. Let me show y'all. Now, somebody that's been to Florida every couple years, I know that in the wintertime, it don't drop below 70 in the heart of December. So to see it at 40 degrees right now is crazy to me. I want y'all to see all these damn iguanas and stuff that's falling out the sky. It's like raining lizards falling out the trees, let's say. Y'all heard about this yet? Quick FBI act. How am I talking to myself when you in here listening? But not anymore. Get your ass out of here, boy. Find yourself somewhere else to play. Find another playground. Check this out, guys. This is just one person. Before I start this video, this is out in Florida. Look at the size of these things. This is one person. What one lady caught. Now the crazy part is these things come alive after they're done freezing. If they in the sun and they warm up when they fall and they don't break their necks. Let's check this out.
So many people in the northern part of the country head to South Florida to escape the cold weather.
Fix this audio.
That deep freeze gripping the Northeast, it has also brought a historic cold snap to Florida's east and west coasts. And as the temperature dropped, can't believe I'm saying this, but this was new to me, I didn't know it, iguanas started dropping from the trees. Yeah, now apparently this is a common sight whenever South Florida gets unusually cold. The cold-blooded iguanas, they fall into the ground, they don't move, they really look honestly dead. And that's because the cold-stunned creatures who prefer tropical climates, they freeze up when the thermometer drops into the 30s and 40s. The good news is, and very shocking news, they start to thaw out when it gets warmer and the sunlight hits their bodies and they basically spring back to life. This is a real thing. How does it happen? What is Florida doing right now to deal with this? Is it dangerous to hold a frozen iguana? Joining us.
Put on these headphones, y'all.
Oh my gosh. With a...
Check this out.
Look at that. Wait. First of all, oh my gosh. That's like the biggest iguana I've ever seen. Introduce us to your friend here.
Oh, this is Fred.
Fred. Is Fred sleeping? I have a lot of questions for Fred.
He was quite. I put a cover on him in the garage. It came back to life, but now he's been out here. It's starting to get cold again. But you can see he's got his eyes starting to close. You know.
Oh my gosh.
Around 50 to 40 degrees, they start turning off. You know.
Fred, where did it go so wrong? Tell me about your life. Where did it start? Okay, we'll get to that in a second. I'll let him rest for a little bit. Okay, you have to explain this to me. So they freeze up, they fall. Could they die from falling on the ground? If they don't, how long do they stay frozen for before they thaw back to life? I don't know how this works.
Well, it kind of depends on where they fall.
Who's this goof?
If they fall on concrete and hit their
Rick
head,
Nobody.
they might break their neck or something like that. But if they fall down somewhere where they could get sun on them afterwards, they usually come back to life.
And they're breathing. Like, how are they okay being frozen and not moving and just spring back to life?
I guess it would be similar to a frog in the wintertime up north. You know, they kind of go in a hibernation state, you know?
Oh my God.
You see that lizard
With an
crack
iguana,
itself on the ground,
they're
yo?
frozen for too.
Look in the background, it fell out of a tree.
I guess it would be similar to a frog in the wintertime up
Boop.
north. You know, they kind
God
of go in a
damn.
hibernation state, you know?
Oh my
But
gosh.
with an iguana, if they're frozen for too long, their whole system kind of shuts down, and they might pass away. You know?
Oh, that's sad. That's sad. Okay, I have to be honest with you. When I was a little kid, I chased lizards and iguanas all the time. I used to try to catch their tails. The tails would come off, traumatize me in ways I probably don't really understand. But the bigger part is, if people see the frozen iguanas, should they touch them? Should they grab them? Is it dangerous?
It could be if they warm up. Like I said, you know, they warm up and they come right back to life, and they're really grumpy when they come back.
You don't want that they bite? They'll bite you?
Yeah. They could bite you, yes, for sure.
Oh my
But
gosh.
this is a male. Males are pretty aggressive.
So, by the way, when did you catch Fred? Or I don't. Maybe catch is
Yeah,
not the right word. When did you befriend Fred?
I caught him by my house earlier today. He was real lethargic. I just walked up and grabbed him.
Oh my
Then I
gosh.
threw a blanket on him in the garage, and he kind of came back, you know?
Is this a problem, though? Like, all jokes aside, is it a problem how many lizards and iguanas freeze up and are out there? I mean, I have pictures from friends in Miami. Their dogs are picking them up. They're, like, all in the backyard. Is it a problem?
That's insane, the size of these iguanas. And the person in the chat room who keeps coming in here every time I go live, I think you're weird, bro. Every time I go live, somehow you end up in here like you got the notifications turned on just to get kicked out. Like, bro, I don't even click on your account. You don't even got an avatar. You got nothing, no videos, no content. Like, go kick rocks or something, bro.
Well,
It's the last time I'm gonna address you.
If it falls from the trees, it's pretty heavy, you know?
I'm mad.
That's a good point.
But for the most part, you know, like the FWC had some place for them to drop them off. If residents found them laying in the yard, they could drop them off there and
See
they
ya.
could take care of them. You know, what the best way they saw fit.
Is it, I said that it's common. Is it common? I know has it been unusual temperatures in there? Are you seeing this more? I mean, I'll be honest with you, the first time I ever heard about this was a couple weeks ago when I had friends down there. It was the first time I ever heard about this. Is this generally common? What is it, 38 degrees by you right now?
It's like 40-something right now.
Get these
That's when they start
goofballs
flowing.
out of here.
And if it gets below
Send
30,
them back to
then
Kick.
Then they can have problems. You know, they can,
Talking about I
after a
ran
couple
from
days,
Kick.
that
First of all,
can
I don't
turn
want to
around.
be on a botted website. Second of all, I just got paid from Kick 4 days ago and I haven't been on there in a month. Still got 5,000 followers. Meanwhile, y'all guys haven't created one video in 2 years. You're over here following me around from platform to platform.
Probably die off, you know?
Wow.
500 accounts, no
There's
content.
tree iguanas and there's subterranean iguanas. The subterranean iguanas stay warm in the ground, but the ones in the trees, they're just exposed to all the elements.
The Florida Wildlife Commission, what do they do regarding the frozen iguana situation?
Well, they set up drop-off stations where people could come and bring them.
They
and then would
euthanize
dispose
them.
of them or get up, send them wherever they could utilize them. You know?
And by the way, you're saying like they fall down and they've broken car windows, they hit people. I mean, this is like a real thing. It comes out of nowhere. It's like raining iguanas.
Oh yeah, oh for sure.
Now, when I go out to Florida, usually for my vacations, every couple of years, I'll go out in the summer, go either get a hotel or a little Airbnb for the weekend. Now, every time I've went out there, I've never seen anything that big as any reptiles or anything. But I've seen little lizards and geckos, whatever they are, inside the hotel, inside the Airbnb. I see them in the pool. Those things are everywhere.
Gosh. Oh my gosh. Is Fred awake? Did Fred?
Who the hell is this guy, Doug? How many accounts you got, bro?
He's orange. Why does he look
30
different than
accounts
standard
with no
Iguana? By the way, I'm not
avatar.
gonna lie to you. Did you dress
Are
up
you
like him a little?
serious
You
right
guys-
now, bro? This ain't Kick.
No, that was just coincidence. But usually the orange is when they're mating or he's the dominant male in the area. So they change that color to like reveal who they are, you know?
Let me get this straight. It's mating season. This guy's going out. He's on dating. And he decides it's a good time to get frozen and go take a nap. He's messing up. Fred, you got to have a talk with Fred.
Well, this type of weather hasn't happened in maybe over 10 years, maybe 15 years. You know, where
Really?
it's constantly cold for more than 3 days, you know?
Oh, my gosh.
So they're, you know, a lot of them might perish, but, you know, a lot of them will stay around. Like I said, if they fall where they can get sun, they'll come back.
Wow. Well, you did a great thing. You saved Fred's life, and you gave him a blanket,
right.
and you get to hang out with him. This is crazy. I wanted to learn a little bit more about it. I hope people learned a little bit more about it. Tell Fred when he wakes up.
You won't
get his
see him
game on.
anymore.
I mean, it's mating season. Enjoy. But really, thanks so much for taking the time, Nate. I really, really appreciate it. This was fun.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. All right, Nate Fisher, Florida Gladesman. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and down.
This world gets crazier and crazier. So you mean to tell me that these things stay frozen for days and then warm up and come back to life? And, you know, people in Florida and scientists barely even knew about this? So let's go back to this lady who caught all these damn freaking iguanas in one day.
It is raining iguanas.
We gonna turn up while the haters watch tonight. Y'all know me, it's just motivation.
You have quite the scene. And please
I'ma
introduce
work
us to the
twice
lady
as harder
standing
now.
next to you.
Shit.
Yes, this is just
Dougie, you back for another ass kicking?
She said hundreds of pounds of iguanas this morning. This is crazy. I've honestly never seen anything like it. Jessica,
You running
tell us
out of
what is
emails,
happening.
buddy.
Why are these iguanas frozen?
Right, of course, iguanas are cold-blooded animals, so as soon as it gets to freezing, we end up having iguanas fall out the trees here in South Florida.
Okay, and like I said, you've
I
picked
don't
up
even
hundreds of
know
pounds
you,
worth-
bro. You have no face. You have no name. Who are you? A troll?
Just this morning, you told me
Gets
you started
banned
at
every
4.
time? Like,
what do you do with them?
ain't nobody
after
even know you, bro.
Pick up all of these all around the city.
Well, of course, we contact our Trinidadian friends and all the people that like to eat iguanas. So
You
a
wish
lot
I
of
did.
different cultures eat iguanas, and they eat the eggs, and they eat the legs, and they eat the tail. So this is easy snacks falling out the trees this morning.
Okay, and I know that you did
What
tell me that
the-
before, and I was
These
surprised
people
'cause I
are
said, is that
inhumane. So these iguanas that, you know, can come back to life by just sitting in the sun like they are now, just sitting right there. I see them in some sunlight. Instead, they're going to grab them all and give it to people to eat or to euthanize, to put to sleep. They say it's a humane way since these things are sleeping right now, which I think is BS.
humane, but tell us about the reasons.
Pac-Man,
why
what's
that's
up, my boy?
Right, so iguanas
This
are an
is
invasive
insane.
species here in South Florida, just like the pythons, the parrots, and other animals that damage our native environment. And so we are not allowed to relocate these animals. Some people try to heat them up and let them back go. If you do that
Keena,
on your
long
own
time no
property, that's your
see.
own choice. But FWC did allow for people to go to a place today. If you find frozen iguanas in your yard, you can look up
How
on
you been,
FWC's
Pac-Man,
website, and they'll
also?
tell you drop-off points where they will humanely put iguanas down and make sure that they don't suffer, but we also get them out of our environment and save South Florida.
Okay, and you've already found several in this park, but you told me after this spot you're headed to the beach. Why are there a lot on the beach, do you think?
Oh, let me
Yes,
turn on
so,
all
The
messages.
last time it froze like this, I found the majority of my frozen iguanas out by the beach. I think that air coming off of the cold water is even colder for them, and the wind is stronger over there, so it knocks them out the trees.
Yeah, exactly. Keena said, yeah, I had one I got from this reptile expo in NYC. I thought it was dead, but my professor at the time told me they got into hibernation type of state. I just had to give it some UV light and some heat. Now that's crazy because when I own a Geico, which I've only did probably once in my life as a kid, I know some girl that did, they're very hard to handle. Like their cage got to be the exact right temperature. They need a heat rock, all that. And it's like if you get it off by a couple degrees, these things like die. They turn brown and die. But I find it odd that these things can go a couple days frozen and still come back to life and be fine. That's crazy. But like the guy said in the other video, they're like frogs that can go into hibernation for a little bit, you know, in the winter. But they never had to do this because it usually don't happen in Florida.
And we're expecting to find many more iguanas this morning out there, probably until about 11 a.m. when it starts to get warm enough for them to wake up and climb back up the trees.
Okay, and one last question. What is the heaviest and biggest iguana you have picked up today?
Today, this is probably the biggest boy we've gotten. He probably weighs
God
around 10
damn.
pounds and is probably around 5.5 feet long.
And you told me it's like picking up a bag of ice.
Oh yes, right now they are so cold. My hand is frozen right now holding him. And so they're like little bags of ice and they are so heavy. So like you said, we've gotten probably around 200 pounds of iguanas and probably around 75 to 80 iguanas total.
And this is crazy. I've been nervous even holding this one, and I did pick that one up just a couple of minutes ago. I thought they were gonna wake up.
Yeah, they're not waking up yet. We had one moving slightly a minute ago. He was sitting in the sun, so he's getting to heat up a little quicker. But they still have a few more hours that we're going to be able to run around and pick up iguanas like Easter eggs off the ground.
Yes,
For
sir.
those that see a frozen iguana right outside their doorstep, what do you recommend they do one last time?
If you want to allow him to defrost, go ahead and move him to the sun and he'll get to defrost and go up the trees. But if you want to help the environment and remove him, you need to look up FWC's drop-off site and they'll be able to take care of him humanely for you.
Okay, thank you so much, Jessica. Again, a crazy
Humanely.
scene out here. I'm from Michigan. I've never seen anything like this or even held an iguana before. So a lot of firsts.
Pac-Man, how you been? Long time no see. So I seen some people in the comments actually saying that these are invasive species and that we should take advantage and bring them to the centers. The way she's holding 40 of them like they're cuddling kittens. Strangest news place I've ever seen. I thought warmed them up, but not for a snack. Exactly. I cannot believe the anchor casually holding the sleeper iguana the whole entire time. He is sleeping. Frozen. That's crazy because it like shows you that. I find it weird like these things can still live while frozen. There's actually experiments on human beings right now. Only a couple, I believe, who are actually frozen right now. They paid to be frozen. So, in a few years, in like a couple thousand years or whatever, they want to be unfrozen or thawed out. And, you know, maybe we can have some technology where we can reverse aging or live forever and stuff like that. Pretty crazy. Let's see what's the temperature in Florida right now, y'all. Let's ask Grok. Also, y'all, check out the Discord. Check out the Instagram chat. Hit subscribe if y'all ain't subscribed yet. We almost at the 12,000 mark. Y'all see it up on the screen. Let's get it, y'all. Hit that sub button. Your name will pop up on the screen. Also, if you want to send a super chat or anything, do it through the link that's pinned. Did I pin it? Yeah, I think so, yeah. Attention, botted streamers. This is why I left Kick, y'all. Cheated your views, then you've likely cheated your taxes. All of your applications has been submitted via the IRS whistleblower program. Who is we always gonna ask, see how much is in Florida right now. What's the temp in Florida right now? Let's check it out. Florida, big state, so temperatures, make sure the volume's right. Alright. Florida's a big state, so temperatures vary quite a bit from north to south right now. Around midnight EST on February 4th. How big can it be? It's late night, early morning, and a cool snap is in the progress across much of the state. Get right to the meat. Mostly in the 40s to low 50s. That is low. Especially around Orlando, 47 to 50. It's starting to get a little warmer around there, but it was, low 40s, 30s. I think around 30, the iguanas start to freeze. Check this guy out.
And you can remove them from your lawn and deliver them to FWC. Local 10's Trent Kelly live at the FWC office in Sunrise with a look. And Trent, you said people are starting to come in and bring iguanas. What are you seeing out there?
Nothing on David yet.
Iguana this morning, guys.
The last thing on David was Neo being arrested. He was bonded out. We don't know if he gave up any information yet. By the looks of it, probably not, since nobody's been arrested, unless they're waiting for a special day. Some people are saying maybe Valentine's Day, but we'll see. Only thing that's new that I didn't cover is his car was sold in the auction by somebody David sent himself. So the auction for the car was recently, and David sent somebody there that Steve Fisher, the private investigator, was at the auction and seen, but he can't divulge the name. But he said that he sent somebody there to pick up this car like an hour before it was auctioned off, which is insane. And the pickup fees was $10,000 because it was there for so long. A year,
but
almost.
Look at this right now. We just saw a couple more groups of people roll up here. I can't even count how many iguanas.
Together
right
we break
there.
chains. What's going on, hun? How you doing? It's nice to see you tonight. You see this thing in Florida? Look at all these iguanas. These guys are just finding on the streets. This is insane. And they putting most of these things to sleep. They're not safe.
Of course, all part of a Florida Fish and Wildlife program.
The lady said she's gonna make snacks
to help remove these invasive iguanas. And already we've seen several groups of people showing up here at this FWC collection center.
Shout out to all the slimes in attendance. Shout out to all my supporters, and shout out to all the viewers that's tuned in. Now we got the mods in here. Take care of these trolls for me.
In Sunrise. Let's take you now to some of that video as people were arriving with their catches, if you will, earlier today. Due to the
Pac-Man, I gotta give you your wrench back too.
The Commission says people can now collect live cold-stunned iguanas from their properties or with landowner permission and bring them directly to 5 designated FWC offices throughout the southern part of the state. The closest one here in South Florida being this one here in Sunrise. This is all part of that executive order that was signed by Governor DeSantis this past Friday. That order temporarily lifting
Keena, you still in here?
during this cold weather event. Officials stress, however, there are some strict rules for these iguana collections. Only cold stunned iguanas can be gathered. They must be placed in a secure cloth bag and then inside a locked container. And
like I said, these things are ridiculous.